Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kira the doll back for yet another video. So today, as you can see, is yet another Auntie podcast recap. And today's guest was Antonio Brown. Last week I mistaked him for Afrobeat artist. Y'all forgive me. I did not know who this man was just by the looks. But I have definitely heard his name quite a few times. Now I was finally able to put a face to the name. But the first thing I wanted to say about this episode is that it's funny how those people that you cuss out all of a sudden know how to respect you afterwards. And when I say this, I'm referring to Tokyo and Carlissa. Very funny how Tokyo gave Carlissa the utmost respect in this episode. But at the same time, I bet she do got respect. She don't want them ones and she don't want to get that ass beat. It's like it's almost inevitable. Every time it happened to me, especially with people trying me or reading me the wrong way or sizing me up the wrong way, and then I confront them about it or I snap and I get out of character. Every single time the people either apologize, they either try to become my best friend, all of the above. Like, this literally has happened to me a plethora of times. And I just find that very funny, because why do people try certain people if at the end of the day they scared and they not really about that? But watching this episode, I realized that Tokyo is one of them people that she does and says a lot of stuff that she doesn't mean. So I feel like she just likes to almost toy with people like a cat. And that's exactly what Tokyo did with Antonio Brown this whole episode. I feel like she was flirting with him, but at the same time, I couldn't really tell if she was serious, if she actually liked him, or if she was just playing with this man. So now here's Mr. Antonio Brown. He finally makes it to this set. So the first conversation that stuck out to me that these guys were talking about was the fact that Antonio Brown previously dated Kesha Cole. And I found it very funny because he said he wasn't attempting to be an item with her, but it was all Kesha. And all I really have to say about this situation right here, ladies, is this is why you don't chase a man. My friends, they not going to spare you when the time comes to spare you. He's trying to play her. One of the first things that came out his mouth was, "You order ladies like she's a grandma." He sat up there and led her on enough for her to get him tatted, but sit up here and act like he didn't want to be an item. Why didn't you tell her that before she got a tattoo of your name? I feel like he's going through an identity crisis and even maybe a midlife crisis. Just his whole demeanor made me feel like he's too old to be acting as young. And I'm not saying that older people cannot act young, but it's just he acts like a complete teenager and just immature. So there's a difference between young and just plain immature. This man literally had the nerve to call Kesha old, but he on here flirting with Tokyo, who's 10 years older than Kesha. The audacity. Y'all better listen to me. Don't chase no man. Tia called him out as he flirting with Tokyo, and she said, "Why are you in trouble for not paying your child support?" And I know that's right, Tia. He has multiple kids and this man looks a mess. Gotta be the cash because it ain't his face. And that's when we get into the baby mama drama. He explains how he didn't know why Nunu mentioned him to get on baddies. And I feel like he just plain ain't shit, because that's your baby mama, but you don't want her to tell nobody. He's in his kid's life. But I want to hear the kid's perspective in 18 years. When the last time we heard a nigga say out of his mouth that he ain't shit? We ain't never gonna hear that coming from the horse's mouth. But y'all, it's the eyebrows for me. Please grow up. Tia looking like she don't like him. She literally looking through this man. He says he present in all 6 of his kids' life, but let's be realistic. This just like Nick Cannon. How can you be there and present and you still out here throwing your eggplant to anything in sight? When do you have time for 6 kids? We have to stop rewarding men for the bare minimum. But regarding the aunties, what I got to say, mainly for Tokyo, is y'all need to treat everybody how y'all treated Netta and Charles. Why do certain people get passes? But that's really Tokyo's problem. She be thinking with her dick. Or should I say her strap on. But back to Antonio. I feel like he's very disrespectful to women. And when men do this, my mind automatically goes to DL. Because why are you so disrespectful towards women if you're attracted to them? Unless you want a man. Then women like Tokyo flirt with these men. these disrespectful men, like they gonna treat you differently. He only being nice because he wants what's in between your legs. And he proceeds to call Tokyo a demon. And Tia just clocking him. How you call people demons when you be everywhere? Then she said he filed bankruptcy the other day with all this ice on. Get him, Tia, with that diamond finger cast on. Everything gotta be cute, don't it, baddie? Tia said he emo. And that was a good description, y'all. I was screaming because he really looked emo. The eyebrows, the haircut, it's just giving everything gotta be baddylicious, bubblicious, thugalicious. Thug in love. He got that thug in love. Oh, yeah. But Tokyo says she got a strap for him. She see what I see. He just too hypersexual. Which also give me that red flag because when you hypersexual, that make me think you a F anything. Maybe she just playing with him. But that's how you do with men. You be the black cat and he the golden retriever. He'll never catch you. Then he says he the real baddie. And there it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Why do you want to be a baddie? Do you mean bad boy? But nah, he said what he meant and he meant what he said. Tia even had to take off her glasses, y'all. So that leaves Carlissa to ask, can you fight? Because, right, you want to be on baddies. Can you fight? Can you throw them hands? Then the whole episode, he says he's broke, he's broke, he's broke. And so then they ask him, well, how do you have this chain, this diamond cast? Like, how are you acquiring these things if you're broke and you file bankruptcy? And he says that Kanye brought him the chain allegedly because he's one of the ambassadors of Donda. Then we get into him being a Hall of Famer, which I will give it to him. Congratulations. You know, he's definitely sort of a role model for black boys to look up to, especially one who is not into the wrong things. You know, he went the right way. He went the right pathway. But here we go with the disrespect towards women. He called Biggie from Baddies a linebacker. I feel like he's so fixated on tearing women down. But if you know yourself, not even as a man, but as a person, you don't have it in you to tear down the next person, let alone a woman. He says it's commentary and funny, but Tokyo called him a bitch ass nigga, y'all. Oh my gosh. As she should. Because how can you come on a podcast hosted by three women disrespecting women and you think you're going to get away with it? Same thing with y'all people in my comments. Don't get blocked, y'all. I just feel like people in the industry, no matter entertainment, sports, music, they feel like they have a certain image to uphold. I feel like that's why he's doing and saying the things that he's doing. That's why I can't be in the industry. I don't care what people think of me because I have to stay true to who I am no matter what. He trying to live up to this facade and be macho man and a cool guy when it feels like he's almost saying stuff for the shock factor. Then he says he don't got no woman tatted on him. Like that's crossing the line. But I mean, after watching the whole episode and learning that he has no tattoos, okay, I understand a little bit more. But he said it in a way like woman is not what he's attracted to. But we're not gonna keep putting stuff on people. This is all commentary, alleged, and not facts. He just keeps saying Tokyo a demon. What does that mean? Because he's saying it in a flirtatious way when this isn't funny or cute to me at all. And Tokyo think it's funny too. When she get on the internet unprovoked, getting in celebrities' comments like Beyonce calling them all types of demons and satanic, she got some damn nerve. Then Antonio explains what makes someone a demon is when they have hella men, not just one. But Tokyo shuts it down. I feel like she's a big talker and she don't mean a lot of what she says. And it's kind of funny on his part to call someone a demon for that reason when he be slinging that thing everywhere. But then, y'all, why Carlissa clocked the fact that many men were excited about him coming on the show? Men as in the LGBT. And the LGBT have a lot of secrets that they keep. They not always quick to put a DL on a spot because they know people will come to truth when they are ready. And they all mostly have been there, so they know how it feels. But also on Big Frida episode, I learned that DL men are damn near part of the LGBT. I'm not saying that he's DL. I'm just coming with commentary. Like I said, this is all alleged. But he denies men trying him. He keeps on rapping too after being told to shut the F up. Tia and Carlissa are pretty much background characters this episode. So Antonio has two kids the same age. No wonder child support so expensive and a challenge. Six kids and bankrupt. They say how. He said he needed a boss woman for this reason. And my ladies, listen to me and listen to me clearly. Unless you want an adopted child and an adopted son, when you hear something like this coming out of a man's mouth, you better run for the hills. Because following this statement, he says he needs a sugar mama. I personally feel like that's some of the weakest shit a man could say. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Because so many women today are being dragged for realizing their worth and wanting a provider and a protector when men are the biggest gold diggers ever. And it's a man's role and human nature to provide for his family. The woman has too much on her plate anyways. She has to push out kids, etc. So why do you expect a woman to also hold up the household? Like a man, you got to carry your weight too, especially with a bitch like me. Black women have been strong single mothers for way too long. It's time for a change, and it's time for these men to step up to the plate and do what they got to do. And these deadbeat daddies ain't going to cut it. I feel like it's so crazy how single mothers get more backlash than a deadbeat daddy would ever. The last part that stuck out with me of this episode was this man said he don't use condoms. And I'm going to advise every last single lady out there and every single person out there. If you feel as though you cannot speak up and you cannot verbalize the fact of your boundaries, which is condoms, etc., then I personally feel like you shouldn't even be having sex. That's my personal opinion, because it takes maturity to care about your safety and your body and be able to speak up and say, no, this isn't what I want. And if that person isn't respectful of that, I don't even think you should be engaging in intercourse with them to begin with. So lastly, I'm not calling him gay, but I'm saying that to all the men, if you don't want to be questioned, learn to have respect for women. The advice that Antonio gives, he says, always believe in yourself. Perception is not reality. You create your own reality. Keep God first and keep overcoming adversity to be great. So for next week, I don't know who this girl is, but Tokyo calls her trifling, nasty, and dirty. And Tokyo, I guess you looking in the mirror, because you ain't far from it. Yeah, y'all, let me know in the comments who this girl is. And also, I find it real funny how Tokyo have the nerve to call this girl trifling, nasty, and disgusting, but they didn't even say that to Antonio Brown. Just had to clock it right quick. Now catch it. Catch that tea. And that's exactly what I mean when I say women will get dragged through the mud for doing the exact same things that men do, but the men get praised for it even by women. But yeah, y'all, thanks for watching. I appreciate every last one of you guys for tuning in. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this episode, your guys' thoughts on Antonio Brown, etc. But yeah, let me know what other type of topics y'all want to hear. Anything that interests you on the internet right now, just let me know and I may do a video on it. But yeah, I'll see you guys back in a few days. I have a few videos coming. Stay tuned. I'm sure you won't want to miss it. See you guys.